Welcome back. Some breaking news now coming in from Mumbai, from the official building there, Mantralaya, which houses all government offices, all the ministries, that is, and a youth has jumped off the building onto the net that has been put there in the Mantralaya to especially stop just this sort of a situation. And the man jumped off the building, fortunately landed on that safety net that you can see he's being rescued from right now. We're not sure why this man jumped off of the building, but remember, this is something that one has seen happen quite well, we wouldn't say regularly, but it has happened before. In fact, it just happened last year in October as well. You had a deputy speaker and two tribal MLAs also jumping off to protest their demands. But let's go across to Anuj for more on this. Anuj, tell us, what is the latest?
Well, we know that this man has jumped from the 7th floor of the new Mantralaya building, and there's a net which has been attached in the Mantralaya premises where he found himself. From what he spoke to the media later on, we got to know that it is something to do with, a protest has been taking place where they're carrying pamphlets which has got mention of property in Nashik. It's got mention of, statements like inquilab, zindabad. So it seems to be like an hyperlocal issue for which, there has been some sort of an injustice allegedly that has been done to this particular man. As a result of that, he was protesting there in the Mantralaya premises, and as a last step in this particular protest, he decided to jump off from the 7th floor and found himself on the net on the 2nd floor, which is attached on the 2nd floor of this entire Mantralaya premise. From what we know as of now is that the police has successfully been able to take him away from the net and is currently trying to understand what exactly was the intention behind this entire, act. But more importantly, this happens literally weeks or just a month after Chief Minister Devendra Fadnavis had talked about setting up a face recognition system in Mantralaya, just so that such kind of instances are avoided. We know that such instances have taken place earlier as well, not just with the visitors, but also with several MLAs staging protests in such form, which is why the net becomes very important. As a countermeasure to it, the Chief Minister did force on, or did stress on the need of having a face recognition system, but it seems that, nothing of that sort has been done yet, as a result of which such kind of protests still continue, where people are jumping from, 6th or 7th floor of the building on the nets, which is put on the 2nd floor of the apartment.
Scare there, one can imagine, it must have been quite the scene. This is where all the ministries are, the Mantralaya. This person, you said, possibly some local property issue that he had come here for. And just in October last year, you actually had some tribal MLAs also do the same thing, jump off of the building, landing on the net there, which, thankfully this very strong net is there in place. But again, Anuj, it is to demand some justice or highlight his some grievance that he did this.
Narhari Jirwa, who is the deputy speaker in Maharashtra's Vidhan Sabha, who jumped off right before elections, and that did make noise as well. This time around, from what we know, is that, there is a matter about a murder for a woman and how that has not been investigated properly by the police in Nashik. Which has resulted in this man going and talking to the authorities about it. Now, this is what he is told to the media while speaking to them, because there were a group of people who were protesting. A few of them, of course, or one individual out of them, jumped off, but then the others who didn't do it were still continuing their protest in other forms. But the police will now be, looking into this matter closely, because especially considering the takeover by new Chief Minister Devendra Fadnavis, they do want to avoid such kind of instances in the future, and they've made it very clear, which is why they would be focusing or really speeding up the process of putting up a face recognition system or a stronger security system to avoid such kind of instances in the future as well.